Hey, Couch Community podcasters, welcome back to the show. This is episode 2 of the NRL preview, the squad previews before the NRL season starts. So today we're going to be previewing the Dolphins, the Titans, the Manly Seagulls, and the Melbourne Storm. Um, but before we do that, you wanted me to start with the piece, didn't you, Willie?
Yeah, of course. It's always nice to just dip the toe in with a bit of a piece. So, bless us with that.
All right, so this one is from Shane from the far, far north. So I'm assuming that must be like maybe Northland or something, maybe up in
Mm,
the top of the North Island. Hey
possibly,
guys,
yeah.
yeah, sorry. He just says, hey guys, where's the surfing chat? You may not know this, but New Zealanders also surf. Keep up with the times. I'll let you respond first.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't really have that much interest in surfing, to be fair. I didn't realise that this was home and away. So it's kind of, yeah. I don't know. I guess
Yeah,
I never really pay any attention to it, apart from when is it Billy Slater, Kelly Slater gets bitten by a shark. That's probably the peak of my surfing watching. What about yourself? I can't say it really
yeah,
interests me that much.
yeah. I would quite like this to be home and away. To be fair, I think that would
Mm,
kind of take a nice twist, but um, yeah, like I just think we don't like we're obviously a pretty progressive podcast, and we don't like to
yeah,
encourage like things like drug use and drug taking, and well, they're the
yeah.
same thing,
Not
aren't
having
they?
showers.
Drug
Yeah,
selling, yeah, not having showers, grease
yeah,
monkey behavior,
yeah,
dreadlocks. So like I guess the
yeah,
surfing kind of ties hand in hand with those sort of
yeah,
activities, extracurricular activities, and certainly like in the position that you're both yourself and I are, and we don't want to certainly be promoting the use of drugs, alcohol, or anything like that. So I guess that's why we haven't really covered surfing. But
yeah.
um, yeah,
No,
final thoughts
exactly.
from
I
you,
think
or
no, yeah, exactly. I think just adding to that, like if we're gonna continue as New Zealand's biggest sports journalism podcast, then we have to like set some boundaries, and I think that just
yeah,
oversteps it a little bit with just some of the
mm,
actions that surfers take. So yeah, no, thank you for your inquiry, but yeah,
yeah,
I don't see it happening anytime soon. I think it's probably more chance of the women's Super Smash getting live streams than that happening, and
yeah.
that's not happening anytime soon. So
Well, there is. Well, we can talk about that because I think this might be something we differ. I think maybe a live. I was thinking maybe a live watch party where we react to what's happening on the Super Smash on the TV or something
mm,
like that when you're back in the country at some
okay,
point could be cool.
what get
Or
the GoPro out or
yeah,
something? Yeah,
yeah, maybe a GoPro or like
yeah,
just
yeah,
yeah, we go to the maybe we actually go live to a women's Super Smash game and we are just doing selfie stick reactions to what's happening in front of us, something like that. I don't know, but
yeah.
we can talk about that on
Maybe
another
not.
episode.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Alrighty. Do you want to get us started with one of my favourite teams for the upcoming season? One of my big smokies. I see
Yeah.
everywhere that they're getting plastered as coming 15th, 16th in the works, but I've got them in the
Mm,
top eight. So go with my
yeah.
Dolphins.
All right. Starting at the back, Hammer, then on the wings, Bostock and Asako. In the centres, Herbie and Avarillo, although I've heard that he might be wanted in the halves at some stage, so that would be interesting to see how that goes. Then uh, Stink Mikarima and Katoa, forward pack of Saifidi from the Knights, Marshall King, Kafusi, um, Funafuaki and Lemuelu on the edges with Gilbert coming back. Although I wouldn't, once he's fit, he'll definitely be a
Hmm.
starting player. And then Maxi Plath at 13 with Gilbert, Stone, Nichols, and Donahue on the bench. What are your thoughts there? Anything you
Yeah.
change?
Um, yeah, well, I know you were talking off air about Junior Tupou signing.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I think they'll start with Everillo um, and Herbie, and then maybe just see how they go as the season goes on.
Yeah.
Just want to give a shout out to Jack Bostock, one of my favourite players of all time.
Yeah.
I think he's incredible.
Yeah.
But like a Jody Barrett, I reckon he's a bit of a Jody Barrett.
Mm.
Um,
No,
just huge,
100%.
massive skill set too. So
Massive
like,
unit. Yeah.
yeah. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on Tommy Gilbert's return. Like I think before he got
Yeah,
injured, he was like almost one of the best
he's a
Dolphins
beast. Yeah, yeah,
since they existed.
absolutely.
Gun, did he play in Origin or nah?
Yeah, he did. He
He did.
played one and then he
Yeah.
fucked his shoulder and he's
Yeah.
never been back since.
So he's big, and yeah, I don't know. I think Saifidi's a good signing. There's a few of these reasons are kind of why I've got them finishing quite high. Like I
Mm,
get that there's still probably a few things missing. Like the bench is pretty weak, and
yeah.
Marshall King's one of the best
Oh,
hookers in the game,
yeah,
but he's always injured. But
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I just no, I wouldn't make any changes. I think
It's a shame that that Flegler's so injured, because that
yeah,
Flegler to that pack would just make it so much stronger, like
yeah, 100%, 100%. Um, yeah, him Gilbert, Saifidi, fuck, it's crazy.
yeah,
Um, alrighty, should I go on to the Titans? Should we go on to
yeah,
the Titans?
going to the Titans.
Sweet. All right. So again, these guys have got even higher than the Dolphins. So both of them are
Mm,
top eight though. Really big on the Titans, as are you.
yeah,
So fullback Keanu Kinney, I think that just has to happen. The wings, Jojo Fafita and Lofi Khan Pereira. Kelly and Sami in the centre. So it's the same back five as last or end of last year.
mm,
Um, I was tossing this one up big time, but I have gone AJ Brimson and Jaden Campbell in the halves. I'd like to play four in there, but I think like they just can't risk losing any of these three. I think I
mm,
just think you have to play all three because you don't want to risk losing any of them. So I've gone that, and then Foz is like a 14, play a bit of hooker and half off the bench. Still got him in the squad and experience and things like that. So done that. And then before I go into the forwards, would you change anything for the back line, or would you go for it? Or
yeah. The backs is obviously just such a
mm,
clusterfuck, isn't it? Like they
yeah,
they just need to get rid of one of them. To be
mm,
fair, I think
yeah,
it's probably Brimson that misses out. Um, yeah, probably put Brimson at centre. I
yeah,
think got to have Foz in there, and then
mm,
probably Jojo Fafita out and Sami on the wing. That
yeah,
would probably be my. But I mean,
yeah,
who fucking knows what they're gonna do? To be honest, so
yeah. Oh, definitely, yeah. And I think that could be a good option. I guess if they did that to Brimson, he'd probably want to leave anyway. So yeah, they
mm.
do have too many good young guys in the same position, I guess.
I guess Brimson's successful at punting on the Melbourne Cup anyway, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
she
right.
doesn't. Yeah, yeah, going on his mum's TAB, so
Yeah,
he doesn't really need the NRL anymore. The money
yeah,
making endeavour, does he?
yeah. Yeah, that was a hard case. I forgot about that. How much did he win in the end? He put heaps on it.
I think it was like 10K. Well, like 10K.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Alrighty. And then my forward pack. So I am starting RCG, Regan Campbell Gillard, who's obviously gone from the Eels with Fodawaker. So real good starting front row. Sammy Verrills at hooker, just obviously does the job. And then Bo Fermor and David Fafita on the edge. I think Bo Fermor is actually like probably the most
mm,
underappreciated player in this team. Like
yeah,
he's like the most consistent player, but I guess he's probably the last guy you'd look at in that pack and talk
yeah,
about in terms of like being a big name. And then Tino at 13. So I've gone Tino at 13 just so I can have Fodawaker and RCG and him all starting together.
yeah,
Um, and then the bench, yeah, I've got four in at 14. And then Jarman Jolliffe, he's another one that's a gun and he's on their bench.
yeah, yeah,
Cleese Haas, and then just Chris Randall covering a bit of hooker and lock in the 17
mm.
jersey. Um, yeah, so
You know, what about that Pahulu guy from last year?
yeah, I don't know. I just don't know
He
if they
was pretty,
need.
he was really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they don't need. Was he? He was like a. Was he more of a
Front
front row
row,
or an edge forward? Yeah,
yeah,
front row. I just think they've got maybe over Cleese Haas, if anyone, not
yeah, like
Randall.
that's what. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, not Randall. Yeah,
yeah. Maybe I don't know. I think him and Haas are kind of like for like. I
mm.
guess maybe it's just the name with Cleese Haas, but
Yeah,
they've just got
exactly.
so many good props like RCG, Fodawaker, Jolliffe, Tino can all play like 60 to
Mm.
70 minutes. So, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know. But
put
yeah,
Randall at 13 and push
mm,
Tino into the front row if you need an extra one.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I
exactly.
get you there.
Yeah,
I
so
guess
now,
it, yeah,
mm,
it just depends on how. the whole fucking team balances, isn't it? Like if
Yeah,
forwards and the halves, then that frees up a bench
mm,
spot. Like yeah, there's
yeah,
so many what ifs with this team, eh? But
yeah.
yeah,
But I think if they stay injury free, you look at that pack. It's the best pack in the comp,
yeah,
probably.
yeah, yeah,
Like it'll be pretty
absolutely.
cool to see. I reckon. Like they've been pretty disappointing since they existed. I guess since 2007 when
Mm,
they joined the NRL. It was 2007, I think it was. Um,
yeah,
and this could be the year of like potentially a top four even or something just out the gate that no one sees coming.
yeah.
So yeah, excited to see them play. Both Dolphins and Titans. I think obviously
Mm.
Warriors first, but after that, those are probably the two that I'm most excited to see this year.
Yeah, and every single Titans game is a great one to bet on
Yeah,
fucking overs for points. Like they're
yeah,
just
same
such an
game
exciting.
multis.
It's always just 30 versus 30. Like
Yeah,
who can score fucking the most? It's
yeah,
so fucking good to watch.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Alrighty,
shall I go on to the
Eagles.
manly goals there?
Yeah,
This one's pretty fucking standard. Like this one probably hasn't changed that much since the last like 3 years.
yeah,
Um, Turbo, Sub, and Hopoate on the wings. Kohler and Garrick in the centres with Brooks and DCE in halves. Um, Paseka and um, Josh Aloy, Ishaole, with Croker at hooker, although he's injured at the start, so it'll probably be Simpkin by the looks of
yeah,
it. And then on the edge, Ben Trbojevic and one of my favourite players in the competition, Hamole Olukoatu.
yeah.
Just
Nice, nice touch.
one of the most exciting players to watch. Real good tattoos as well if you're a tattoo fan.
Not personally, but I know that you and some of your
Yeah.
mates are. Yeah, cheers.
Okay, yeah, cheers. And then Jake Trbojevic at lock, obviously, just a defensive weapon he is.
Yeah,
Then on the bench, um, Nathan Brown, Ethan Bullymore, and then a bit of a Warriors spin. We've got Jazz Manatavanga and
yeah, yeah.
Toff Sipley to round it out. So yeah, what are your thoughts? Thoughts
Yeah,
there?
no, I wouldn't change anything. Did you have Carl Lawton in there? Is he still there? Is he
No,
moved?
he's at the Cowboys now.
That's right. He's gone up there. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's yeah. I was trying to think of the kind of utilities they ran last year. So Tavanga kind of slips into that role, and they signed Jake
yeah.
Simpkin from Tigers.
Yeah, they had a from last year. So I
Um,
think Jazz will probably play a bit of like
yeah.
prop 13 and hooker as well.
Yeah. Just do everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Nah. Can't think of anyone that's coming to the top of my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I I do wonder about them this year. I feel like they can go one or two ways. Like I think they could yeah, be close to a top four finish if it all goes well,
Mm,
or they could really bottom out and be like a 14th, 13th. So
yeah,
I just
yeah.
don't know. Like it just depends. They're a hard team to get a read on. They're always
It's such
consistent.
a yeah. It's
You can't
such
like
a
yeah,
it's such a classic dilemma every single year. Like you look at the team on paper, the back line's always exactly the same.
yeah,
Forward pack, you always have the same kind of questions. Like, is
mm,
Paseka actually going to realize that he's like 400 kilos and 10 foot fucking like yeah, like he's a massive unit, but he just plays like such a bitch most of the time. Eh?
yeah, yeah,
If they want to take it to the next level, he has to fucking step up. But
yeah, yeah. Their middles are the problem. Um, I guess one of the reasons they're always just in the fight is because of being at Brookie. Like they've got such a good
mm,
home record. Such a
yeah,
it must be the biggest fortress in the comp probably.
mm,
Um, just yeah, even in shit Manly teams. Not that that's something that we get very often, but
no,
they just
they can
never
still
really
always win there.
yeah,
Yeah,
just don't lose zero. Alrighty, Melbourne Storm. This one was not hard to put together.
no,
All right,
no.
Pappenhausen at fullback, Will Warbrick and Xavier Coates on the wing, Jack Howarth and Nick Meaney in the centres, Cam Munster and Jerome Hughes in the halves. Surprising that one.
Yeah.
Stefano, I've seen some people go they say that they'd play Nass off the bench. Nah, no chance. Start Stefano and Nass together, just bully teams that first 25
Mm,
minutes. That would be ridiculous. Harry Grant at hooker, and then Ali Katoa, Sean Bloor on the edge, and then Trent Liero at 13. And then the bench, fuck, Tyron Wishart at 14. That guy is like the
yeah.
marquee player anywhere else, so he can't even start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Tui Kamikamica and Josh King off the bench. So I mean that's fine to me. That's good interchange props. You don't need to bring Nast off the bench. I understand why you could just start one. It depends who you're playing,
Mm,
but I just Nast and Stefano together would be crazy. And then
mm,
I've got Alec McDonald in the 17. They've got a few players like
yeah,
I've left Suafalongo
the chin.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just think Alec McDonald he kind of was a bit of a
No, absolutely.
yeah,
He's a
coherent.
toiler.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and you can plug him anywhere. So like I just think he's a good one to have.
He's a Kiwi as well, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, he's born in Auckland, I think, and left when he was like
Yeah,
10. He's Kiwi eligible, so I wouldn't
yeah,
mind
yeah,
picking him up before he has a breakout
yeah.
season and plays like one game for New South Wales or some shit. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, he is a Kiwi, which maybe that's a bit of bias
yeah,
floating
yeah,
in.
yeah, and a bit of like facial lower half
Yeah, yeah,
bias as well. Yeah,
chin
yeah,
bias, yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. No,
Everyone's dual
100%.
based. Yeah. Anyway, so can you find a person I've left out other than Sora Falonga, but who you really bringing him
Nah,
over?
nah. I think that team is like picks itself. It's exactly the same as last year, but just with Stefano. I would probably start with Josh King. I think
Yeah.
he's just a toiler. Like
Mhm.
he's someone that you just want in there, do all the hard stuff,
Yeah.
and then just bring Nas on. But it will just depend on who they're playing that week. Like
Hmm.
against Penrith, they'll probably start with like a Nas because they want to like get them on the back foot early, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
then against like kind of um, shittier teams, they'll just bring him on
Mhm.
for impact, and he'll just steamroll. Like it's
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just all about the balance of their
Yeah.
like week to week, but it's interchangeable, and you're not missing out with either. So yeah,
Yeah. I like him as an impact, but I think one thing about starting him, and I think this kind of was probably one of the issues with how they used him last year was if you at least start him and then you give him that he's off in that middle period, you can bring him on late. Last year
mm,
when they'd bring him off. Oh, sorry, when he started off, they'd bring him on for like that 20 minutes before half time and then that 10 minutes after half time, and then they'd try and get him
mm,
back on for the last spell. I just think it's an
yeah,
easier transition. Start him, give him that massive break through the middle with half time, and then just fucking that last 20, just murder
yeah,
everyone. I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
It's one it's two interchanges too, sorry. Off and
yeah,
on, yeah, as opposed to like the on, off, on again, yeah. I don't know.
mm,
So I'm thinking about saving interchanges, like just
yeah,
sort of
no, 100%.
bi-factional.
But I
Yeah,
think with that Storm team though, and they're all fit
mhm.
as ever. So like their interchange isn't like none of their forward pack really. Their forward pack can play big minutes, all of them.
Yeah,
So
yeah, true. Yeah.
yeah,
Alrighty, do you want to give me a scenario to finish? I need to give
yeah.
you
But
one
actually,
one of these days, actually.
nah, it's
Mm.
alright. You operate the fan mail. I'll do the scenarios. Okay. Would you rather have a carver off with the Fijian Jura, or would you have a Manu off with the Chiefs, and you don't get to leave until you do either a better Manu than a Chiefs player, or until you outdrink someone in the carver session? Who would you go for?
Okay. So what can you explain? What was it? Outperform a. What was the Carver one?
So you need to the Carver one. So
Yeah.
you need to outlast. Like you need to have one of the Fijian Jura players leave the set or like tap out of the Carver sesh before you can leave.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go that one. Definitely. I just think they'd be like better blokes to hang out with than the Chiefs guys, eh? Um, and also like I just don't really. I don't know about my Manu abilities.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
probably a few twigs on the team, like is Damien McKenzie's,
Mm,
and your who's another twig? Yeah, attending Nano Saturo's, or he's got something
mm,
behind him too. So, but nah, yeah,
yeah.
I
They,
think just
oh
the Fijians.
shit. Sorry.
What
They
would
do
you
a
do?
few huck. They do a few huckers at the Chiefs though. So like they'd all have mana though, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I guess they would.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Exactly. So they'd probably get
you
the
almost turned me. I think I might have to change now. Cheers.
yeah.
Yeah,
Liam Messam running the cutter there. You'd be doing Manu training more than you'd probably be doing rugby. So
yeah,
yeah,
nah,
no, I definitely did a carver one. I
mm,
think that would just be quite a nice experience. So
yeah,
yeah, that's just our kind of like Indigenous versus Māori All Star scenario for all of you out there.
yeah. Fiji, they're indigenous. Yeah, yeah, nice.
Well, they are. It's a Fiji they are.
Yeah, yeah, I guess they are. Yeah, no, that's good
Hmm.
stuff. We'll make that an all
Yeah.
stars game, you know. Yes,
Yeah.